Yo, what's good, homies? In today's video, we're going to be talking about the elephant in the room, the elephant in everybody's videos, transitions. Are popular transitions overrated? Here's what I think. And today's video is going to be sponsored by Squarespace. Use promo code YCImaging for 10% off your first purchase. I'm going to talk about them a little bit later within the video though. So just know, Squarespace sponsored today's video. It's been a little over 4 years since I got into YouTube seriously. I started out just filming behind the scenes to my music video production, which I still do. And that quickly expanded into me doing tutorials about my editing workflow and popular editing techniques. I watched the start of zoom transitions, mass transitions, luma fades, zooming into people's eyeballs, animations. Yeah, it's been a while. Now, while those things were popular, I used to use them faithfully within my YouTube vlogs. But now that I think about it, I don't think that I've once used a zoom transition, a spin transition, zoomed into anybody's eyeballs, a luma fade. I don't think I've used any of those transitions in any of my music videos. I remember when like zoom into mass transitions first hit the scene. Everybody was using them. I would go on Instagram live and I kid you not, at least 10 people in those live streams, every time I went live would ask me, yo, what do you think about Cole Bennett? It was weird. And I couldn't really tell if they were just fishing for some sort of like music video director drama, or they just legitimately wanted to know why I was not doing what he was doing with his video production. Strange, but not strange. We both do music video production, so it's kind of inevitable for the comparison to happen from outside sources like the audiences that we both create content for. Cole Bennett is the creator of Lyrical Lemonade. He's an amazing creative who built a platform for molding and exposing upcoming artists to his fan base. Now, Cole Bennett is a revolutionary dude because he did something different. He totally reinvented what a music video looked like. Innovators like Cole Bennett, Sam Colder, Gibson Hazard, they just create by inventing something different. And then when that different becomes the norm because everybody else is copying it, they reinvent. They create something totally new. Now, the key word in all of this stuff that I'm saying is different. Sam Colder isn't doing zoom transitions anymore. And Cole Bennett is expanding his directing, creativity, and editing beyond the effects that made him popular. This is because they're focused on reinventing, and not even for us, just for themselves. As a creative, you constantly want to progress forward. You don't want to continuously do the exact same thing. A person like myself who's in the process of inventing what a good visual looks like to me, the moment that I decide to take something that is popular from another creative or another piece of work, I then become a not so good clone of that person and their work. The best way to act on inspiration is to take it from multiple sources. The moment I decide to only take from one creative or one piece of work, I just become an imitation of that work or that person. Whereas if I take from a lot of multiple sources, oh, I really like how out of the box that Cole Bennett thought on this concept, I'm gonna flip this. Oh, I really like how Colin Tilley framed up these shots, I'm gonna use that. Or I really like how Jacob Owens used the handheld movement in this video, I'm gonna take that. Oh, I really like how Sam Colder told this story, I'm gonna take that and put it into the project that I'm creating. Inventing yourself is taking inspiration from multiple sources and not just taking everything from one person or one body of work. So to sum this up and to answer the question, do I think that popular transitions are overrated? No, absolutely not. And I'm gonna tell you why, but before I do, I gotta give a word to the sponsor of today's video, Squarespace. You guys hear me talk about Squarespace all the time. I'm sure you know exactly what Squarespace is. It's an amazing platform to do pretty much anything relative to creating a website. So whether you're trying to create a blog or online store or just a portfolio for your video work, Squarespace is a really good place to do this. They have all-in-one designer templates that are super easy to use, and they also have amazing 24/7 customer support. So if you ever find yourself in any moment where you don't know what you're doing creating a website, you can just hit them up in the chat and they'll hit you right back. So for the people out there who are interested in taking their online presence to the next level with a website, make sure you guys check out squarespace.com right now and start your free trial. You can also use squarespace.com/YCImaging for 10% off your first purchase. Link will be down in the description. Now for me, it has to be at least one of these 3 reasons why I decide to use a transition within the project that I'm doing. The first is flow. Will this transition that I'm using help my project flow better than it already is flowing? The second is motivation. Does this transition make sense given the circumstances of its use? If I have 2 clips and they're both moving forward motion in both of those clips, then a zoom transition might make sense to use to bond those 2 clips together. And the third is innovation. Will this transition add a wow factor to my project? Am I adding a new spin on the transition game, and will people be excited to see this? Those are the only 3 reasons, and if I can't land on any of those, I'm just not using the transition. And if I do decide that this is the time to use a transition, I'm not gonna go to something that is very popular at the time and something that's trendy. It's like, why? It's like literally a million other transitions that you can either create or choose than what is super popping at the time. Why not choose something else? Unless this transition is absolutely vital and it makes the most amount of sense and it's gonna help tie together your story, or it's gonna help push this project forward by creating a flow, creating a wow factor. I don't really see the use of using a transition or something that's very popular for that matter. I think a lot of people sleep on the power of good cinematography and just a simple cut to cut. Now that being said, transitions are dope. I do think that transitions can and do add a lot to a lot of projects out there in the world. But at the same time, I do think that transitions can also take away from a project as well. Next time it's time for you to use a transition, just think before you add it. Like, why am I using this transition? Is this transition gonna help my project? Is this gonna help this flow better? Just think about it before you decide to just add a transition between two clips that has a space right there. Now, before I get up out of here, I wanna read a couple comments from my previous video. Now, my last video was me talking about the Lumix S1H and my thoughts after using the camera for a week. Top comment in this video is from Best Deal Window Tint. And he says, the guy in that clip acting like he's chasing a UFO. My homie Creative Ryan. I don't know why, but every time I go out in the city or I go out somewhere and it's time for me to film B-roll, I have B-roll filmed of me, I just act like I'm taking my camera out of my backpack and I'm just looking around shooting, even though I don't even do photography like that. I don't know, it's just a standard thing to go to when somebody tells you to do something. So I don't know, that's just what we did. The next comment is from the Video Plug, and he says, why take digital cinematography at Full Sail when I can learn everything from YCImaging? This is hilarious. I've never done film school or done any sort of school based around cinematography, but I'm sure that you can learn some things there that I couldn't teach you. Next comment comes from my homie DramaPhil's Production. Every time I see your name, I just say DramaPhil. So let me know if I've been pronouncing this the wrong way the entire time. He says, the low light looks sick. I will buy, but I'm done buying cameras, LOL. Y'all, I feel this, man. The S1H is an amazing camera, but I have no intentions on buying it. I'm just not in the market for any mirrorless or like hybrid cameras, man. I legit think that my next camera will be some sort of cinema camera. The next comment comes from my homie Kevin, and he says, we all have a friend like Creative Ryan who destroys or has clients that destroy your gear. That's hilarious. They keep dragging us on. The fact that Creative Ryan got my glide camera and over, that's too funny. Look, that's gonna be my last comment that I'm gonna go over from my last video. Do me a favor, man. Head down to the comment section and let me know. What do you think about transitions? Do you use transitions often? What do you think about trendy ones, popular ones? I just want to close this out by saying I don't hate on any sort of trendy or like transitions. Do whatever you want to do. It's no right or wrong way to create anything. I'm just talking about why I don't. I don't know. I think my work stands on its own, and I just like the way it is. It's very simple. And when I do decide to use transitions, I do feel like those transitions help improve the project. So let me know. Do you use transitions? Do you use them often? Why do you use them? Yeah, just let me know down in the comments. I'm very interested to know. Now, if you are just checking out this video and you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up. Dang, I didn't even tell you guys about my Patreon. I have a Patreon where I go over music video production in depth, behind the scenes, post-production, and also pre-production as well. Now, it's a lot of stuff that I don't talk about here on this YouTube channel. It's very in depth and it's long. So if you're interested in that sort of content, make sure to head over to my Patreon and check that out. So, I can help you guys learn the music video process for myself. With that being said, man, like I said, drop a like, comment, subscribe to the channel if you're new here. I'm out, guys. Peace.